Hi YouTube, and welcome back to part 19 of Faceplates Advanced. We've covered faceplates in the previous videos, and just to go back to show you what we did before, we had a couple of faceplates here that we created on buttons, and all they do is they give you a message and they then close themselves down on exit. What we're going to do is something that would be a nice addition if it was possible. What I'm talking about is faceplates don't connect directly to your PLC or to your HMI. They're kind of an independent miniature screen that comes up, but they have no physical communications connection to your PLC or to your HMI. So what we're having to do is create that connection ourselves. Now, the reason, one of the reasons for this is, or that I've used in the past, is that I've wanted message warning screens, much like you get with Microsoft when you click a button or you say delete a file and it comes up with a little message, are you sure you want to delete this, yes or no? And they're brilliant because on some occasions you may have some buttons on your screen that will do something drastic to your machine, and when the operator presses a button, he may have caught it accidentally, he may have pressed it accidentally, or he didn't know that he wanted to press it, and it's sometimes an idea to put a little message up there saying the same thing, are you sure you want to do this? Because if you do, it could cock the whole system up. Now, just going as a slight sideline here, you do have the ability here in WinCC to add scripts, and you can create scripts in VB. It's all VB scripting. The problem is that one of the VB script commands is messagebox, MSGBOX, if any of you happen to know VB. The problem is that messagebox is not allowed in WinCC. From what I understand from the Siemens website and a couple of engineers I've spoken to in the past, is that messagebox is a potential hazard for being able to break into your program using viruses or hacking or whatever. So Siemens decided not to allow the use of messagebox. Now, I understand that this is from the flexible point of view. If you get the professional, full, all-blown WinCC, you can use messagebox. Quite honestly, I just think it's typical Siemens not giving you all the functionality again without paying twice as much for another piece of software. But hey, that's probably just me. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our own little message box. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn a lamp on and send a signal to the PLC. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm just going to copy the lamp that we had on our main screen, and I'm going to put it on our overview screen. I've also added on the main screen, I've added another button to get us to our overview screen, and on the overview screen a button for us to exit back to the main screen again. Okay, so we've put our lamp and our lens on this program now, on this screen, sorry. What I'm just going to make sure is the visibility, I'm going to untag and make sure that we've got nothing that I copied over from the main screen. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to create a button that is going to say lamp on. We just want to switch our lamp on, simple as that. Okay, oops, there we go. Going back to our general, and although we don't really need it, we'll just put that in there. Okay, I'll just size that a little better. Okay, so we're going to put our lamp on now. We want to warn the user whether this is going to be, are they sure they want to do this? Obviously this could actually mean machine start or anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click and create our faceplate. So for starters, let's start creating our faceplate. So I'm going to start up in the top corner with a rectangle here, and I'm going to make that half size there, and I'm just going to order that to go to the background so that our button is on the top. I'm going to create another little rectangle just underneath it, and I'm going to order that to the background as well. Okay, and I'm just going to shift it up to create a nice little box, or two boxes I should say. I'm going to colour the border and the top fill in blue, and I'm going to do the border and the fill colour of the main one in red. I'm now going to add two little buttons. This is the stuff that we've done before when we created our faceplate. Okay, and I'm just going to set those texts to yes, and click that to no, and we're going to stick another little button, just a little one, and we are going to put on the X onto there. Okay, now not very light is that one, so what we'll just do is go to the properties, the text, and we'll just stick that to bold, and that makes it a little bolder. Okay, we'll pop that up in the top corner. Okay, and finally the other object that we want is our, or two objects actually. We want, are you sure? Okay, again let's just set the text a little bigger. Let's make that about 16. Let's bold it up. Let's pop that over there, and we'll put ourselves in a little graphics view. Now notice here that our graphics view is white, and I am going to add in a little picture that I made up earlier. Now I did this in Paint, okay, which is not a problem, but I advise you to use PNG symbols, and the reason for that is if I change the background now of this fill colour, let's change it to yellow, you see how it still leaves that red bit in the triangle, or outside of the triangle, and that's because I used it as a JPEG. What I should have really done is create that yellow triangle on a PNG, or made it so that it went onto a transparent layer, and you can only save transparent layers under PNG files. So then it wouldn't matter. Each time I would have changed the background here, this red bit of the background would have gone with it and changed to the same colour, so that whenever I use this symbol, all I would have appeared, or all that would have appeared, is just a triangle. For the fact that I've got it red at the moment makes no difference, but just in the future I would suggest that you do that. GIMP is a program that you can create symbols in with transparent layers, and the great thing about it is it's free. Okay, so let's just quickly set our events now. So choosing the lamp on button, what we want to do is set a bit. Okay, so we're going to create our new value, tag 1. Okay, and that is going to be the animations of it, which is here. The visibility is that when tag 1 is high, it needs to disappear. Okay, we've done this in previous tutorials, so if you're unsure, go back to those. The rest of the symbols, I'm now going to choose all of the symbols together. So if I press, I've selected the red box. If I now press the shift, I can select all the other individual items except the lamp on. And what we're going to do is enable the visibility to all of those in one foul swoop. It saves me doing them individually. Okay, so let's just quickly run this and let's see if we've got everything to work correctly. We go to the overview screen, we go to our lamp on, and there our message box appears. Notice our lamp on button has gone. None of these do anything else at the moment. Okay, so let's just close that down. We're on our faceplate. Let's select our no buttons and our cross. Now what we need to do is set an event for these. So if either of those are clicked, again I'm using this multi-selection again, so I can select two things and change both the sets of properties at the same time. We're going to reset the bits, which is going to be our tag 1. We're not going to do anything to the yes button just yet, that's for the next video. So if we now press our run, go to our overview screen, hit our lamp on, we have our message box appear, our lamp on button disappears. Yes at the moment does nothing, but if I click the cross, the message box disappears with nothing else happening. Check the no button, it does the same thing. Okay, so now we've got nothing happening, our lamp is still off, and our message box comes and goes when it should. Okay, that's the end of this video. What we'll do is we will start looking at what we do with this, which is when we click this button, how we get the messages across to the PLC and to the HMI screen. Okay, take care for now. I hope that's been helpful and useful. I'd appreciate it if you click the like button if you like, or the dislike if you dislike it, and if you have any comments or queries or questions, please don't hesitate to send me a message and I'll try and answer them as soon as